guys, we are going to be working on When You Believe, so take that out with us. All right, we are going to start on measure. I think it fell out, Quincy. I think it's right there on that bottom step. Okay, everybody remember the way that we sit up tall, we kind of do crisscross applesauce, but on the riser below us? Sit up nice and tall for me. Here we go, ready? Measure 3, ready? 1 and 2 and ready, sing. Do that much again. Okay, sit up nice and tall. Let me hear your voices. Ready and sing. Sing this for him. Many nights we. That's weird, right? It goes way back down. So we need to make sure that we go from a chest voice, head voice, head voice, chest voice. Okay, so it's got to go back and forth. So try that with me. Many nights we've, and I want you to point at your chest voice when you sing in your chest voice. Head voice is here, chest voice is here. Are you ready? Do it with me. And I literally want you to point, okay? So that you could, it helps to give you focus on where you're supposed to move and when. Okay, ready and go. Many nights we've. Okay, let's do it again. You're supposed to be pointing to chest voice and head voice when you're supposed to do that. Ready and go. Many nights we've. One more time. Let's do it again. Ready and sing. Many nights we've. That's it. That was the best time yet. So let's move on this time. Many nights we pray. Goes back up to head voice. Ready and go. Many nights we Now make sure that when you get to the word song, that you don't close to that NG. Hold the vowel out. Hold out the vowel, okay? In our hearts we adore. Keep going. Good. Look at measure 7. What do you see on the word not? Look at it.
It's a dotted eighth note.
A dotted eighth note. Okay, so take your pencils and circle that dotted eighth note. Okay, circle the dot. Circle it. Sophia, do you have a pencil? The whole class is getting a pencil. Not us. Not for y'all. Woo! These 4 people.
I already had pencils at the beginning of the year.
It is not an option to not do what I asked you to do. Let's see if someone can load one to you. Quincy, get up and solve your issue. Go ask someone if there's a pencil that you can borrow.
Quincy, I can give you one of mine.
Okay.
Alright.
One.
He doesn't know me.
That's what I said. That's a joke.
Alright, circle.
1 to here is the same note. It's the same rhythm. Okay, so everybody take your pencils. We're going to circle a couple of things. Circle. Y'all can share pencils. If you can't find one, we're going to circle. We're circling things. Here we go. Ready? Ready, Quincy? Okay, here we go. Measure 4. Measure 4. On the word 1. Hey, boys, don't talk. On the word 1 and measure 4. Hey, Quincy, if you put your badge on, it'll make your life a little easier. I was just trying to help you. Here we go. On the word 1, Can y'all circle that for me? That, circle it. That is a dotted eighth note right there on the word
We gotta
one.
circle all the dots.
Okay? And then in the measure 7, there's another one on the word not. Circle that dotted eighth note there.
Wait, what were the ones before?
There's also one on song. Very good, Amani. Right there in measure 5 on the word song.
What about number 4?
And 8.
Number
Yeah.
4.
What about
We
8?
already did that one.
Oh.
Yeah.
We did, so let's recap. Right now, we have one in measure 4 on the word one. We have one in measure 5 on the word song.
There's one in measure 7 and 8.
We have one on measure,
8.
we have one in measure 7 on the word not. And then I heard several of you say there's one in measure 8 too. Ding, 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 you are exactly right on the word no. Okay, now let's turn the page, let's find another one. Let's see if we can find others. There's lots of them, okay? Measure 9 on the word long. Oh, good, Sophia, tell us.
Measure 9 in the word long.
Perfect. Measure 9 on the word long,
11.
okay?
What?
No.
There is one in measure 11. What word is it on, Matthew?
Miracle.
Mirror of miracles.
And then
That's
and
also a dotted eighth note.
12.
And in 12 on the word
You.
you. Everybody see that?
14 heart.
What's the letter U?
There is a dotted note in 13, but it's not a dotted eighth note, it's a dotted quarter note in 13. And then in measure 14, there's one on the word hard. And then in measure 15, what do we have?
Mirror.
Mirror, very good. Of miracles, and then one in 16 on the word can. And in measure 18 on the word how. Got it? They're all
19.
17, that's a dotted quarter note,
19.
okay? There is one in 19, but it's tied to another note, so it's a little harder to feel, but there is technically one in 19 as well. So what I want you to remember, all of those things that we just circled, hang on, we're gonna stop right there for now, but thank you, Sophia, you're getting good at identifying those. So here's what we're gonna do. For now, every single time you see one of those dotted eighth notes, that tells you that it's a little bit longer than a regular eighth note, and then the note that follows it up is short, okay? So look at measure 4. No proof anyone could hear. One could hear. Da, da, da. Right, feel that? And then when we get to measure 5, in our hearts a hopeful song we song, right? Barely understood. Now we are not afraid, right? Although we know there's much to fear. Turn the page. We were moving mountains long before we knew we could. Chant that with me, guys. Chant that with me. Ready? We'll just start. No proof anyone can hear. Measure 4. Chanting. Ready, go. No proof anyone could hear. In our hearts of hope. We're on measure 4. Sorry, some of us are not in the right spot. Is everybody starting on measure 4?
I am.
Okay, let's do that one more time. Ready? Measure 4. Ready, go. No proof anyone could hear. Good. In our hearts a hopeful song we barely understood. Now we are not afraid, although we know there's much to fear. We were moving mountains long before we knew we could. Now good, let's stand up and let's sing it. Here we go. 1, measure So I'll review it for you. It sounds like this. Just that part. Ready? There can be miracles. Ready? And breathe. Right there. You don't expect the note to go down on frail. It's kind of like surprise if you don't know the song and doesn't do what you expect. So that right there goes. Sing that for me. Ready? And go. Now in measure 14, technically the low note at the very end of measure 14, look at it with me. On the word kill, we have that half note tied to a quarter note right there at the end of the measure. Technically, that quarter note at the end of the measure is for the altos, but if you can sing it, we're gonna need to beef it up and make so that it can be heard, okay? Because it's pretty low in a girl's voice, so the more volume we can give it overall by adding a few more voices is gonna help a lot. So if you can sing that note, please sing it. If you can't, don't worry, you don't have to, okay? Yes. You good on that? Okay, so let's start it. The hope is frail. Ready? And go. The hope is frail. Let's do that again. Everybody singing. Like I said yesterday, this is the time of the year where everyone feels super lazy and they don't want to work on this. I get it. Well, we got to learn all the notes and rhythms so we can get to the fun part, which is just getting to sing through the song with the accompaniment track, okay? So here we go. The hope is frail. Ready? And big breath. Here we go. Everybody sing up. Shine. Big breath. Now this time it does something different, right? The first time it goes. The second time it keeps going up. Okay? Ready? Follow the contour of the notes and you'll see that, right? So it doesn't take you by surprise. When you believe. Ready? And go. When you believe. Sing this. Song. What is that called?
An octave.
It is. It's called an octave. So we go from this octave from the C down to the low C. So it's like from high so to low so. When you believe song. Just do that much for me. Ready and go. When you believe song. We get all the way down there. You talk about going from head voice to chest voice, right? That is definitely one of those spots where we're going from head voice to chest voice. So show it to me this time. When you believe song. When we get there, ready and go. When you believe song. What did I ask you to do? What were you supposed to show me? Head voice to chest voice. And even if you don't feel like doing it because you don't think that it makes a difference, I promise it does. I wouldn't have you do something if it weren't going to help you. I wouldn't waste anybody's time. Okay? When you believe song. Do that with me. Ready and go. When you believe song. How about I play the right note? Sorry about that. Do it again and when you believe song. Good. One more time. Make sure you get there down there really, really fast. Believe song. You kind of have to put a tiny little gap in between the two notes so you can go from here all the way down to here successfully, okay? Tiny, tiny, tiny little gap, like the width of a piece of paper, that tiny of a gap, okay? So listen to that. When you believe song. You see how short that little gap is? But it helps when you get down there. Without going, believe song, okay?
It's not a start.
Yeah, we don't want to slide. We're not trumpets. Or not, sorry, not trumpets. We're not trombones. We're